Hey, what's going on? I'm LarryC, and I have the Living Proof podcast. Um, I was speaking with somebody about the show the other day, and they expressed they were a little leery about wanting to be on a podcast, or they were fine with being on a podcast, but they mentioned it. Hey, this is the terminology that I use. I talk like this, I say that. Is like. Because I have a lot of people that are that even do podcasts or just people in general are in recovery, go to groups, AA, NA, Overeaters Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, whatever. But they go to meetings, and some people, and that keeps them sober. Other people find that that's not what keeps them sober, and and I told her, hey, I'm cool with either whatever, man. If you go to meetings, you don't go to meetings. Everyone's journey is their own, and that's just how it is. Like this podcast is just a bunch of raw, true stories from people who are just the same in so many ways. And we did stupid things, used alcohol, drugs to numb or get through the moment or years of those moments, um, but what I want on this podcast is I want to hear all the ways. I want it to be told on here that so everyone has a chance to hear a story that maybe they can relate to. Like if one person hears, "Oh, well, I went to meetings. That's how I hung on to my sobriety." Man, that is great. And that's great. I mean, that's what we want. But I do hear other people say, "Well, I didn't go to AA. I didn't go to or NA, or I didn't go to this or that." That's not how I stay sober. And there are a lot of people don't want to hear it. Some people get upset. Oh, what do you mean you don't? But I have seen it. I've seen people that do not do meetings and do whatever, and they're happy, and I mean they're still sober. You know, Maybe they did it so much they just got so sick and tired of it that they just didn't want anymore. So I mean they finally hit their rock bottom, and that was it. You know, I don't know. I can't explain it, but I can relate to it. So just maybe that way doesn't work for everybody. How you got out of the addiction may not be the particular way that others would have gotten out, but it's how it went down. And I want all the ways, like I said, to be told on my podcast so everyone has a chance to hear that story that they can relate to. Maybe your way was a way that worked for someone else. It may work for someone else. You'd be like, oh, I can relate to this person, but yeah, I can't relate to this cat that did it. So I want all the stories. I want all the different ways that us as addicts, alcoholics, we stay sober because, it may not, it may not be the way that helps me, but somebody out there, it may be the way that it helps them. And that's what I want in this story. And that's what I need to hear. So if you would like to be on the Living Proof podcast with me, I've got some links right there. Hit them up, the website, email, the Facebook page, send me a message. I'd love to hear your story, and I know there's somebody out there in that darkness of addiction that would really love to hear your story too. And hey, maybe you can help save somebody. Thanks. Have a great day.